usual, we're gonna give it a minute. Let people fall through. What up, family? We're gonna wait as usual and give people a minute to fall through. Once we get a couple of people in here, we're gonna get to the message. As usual, we're gonna hydrate and then we're gonna create this chronicle that I got for you. Basically, what I'm doing today is just the part 2 to the one about desperation breeding chaos. I wanted to bring it from a more positive standpoint this time and let you understand that basically it should be motivation and inspiration to you wanting to succeed in your desperate times. Desperation breeding chaos, yes, it's difficult for you to overcome it, but you can always overcome it. What's up with my bro? Welcome in. Do me a favor, bro. Go ahead and share this live real quick. I'm not going to hold y'all too long. I'm just waiting for a couple of people to fall through. So we're going to get busy here in a second. As usual, we got to hydrate before we create these chronicles. That's a mandatory. I'll make sure my lighting is right real quick. All right, we good. All right, we got people falling in now, so we're going to get busy, y'all. As usual, first we're going to hydrate and create this chronicle that I got for you. The topic that we're going to speak on today is we're going to elaborate about desperation breeding chaos. But then also, I got a special request from somebody. They wanted me to speak about betrayal. Even though we spoke on betrayal before, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into betrayal because sometimes we take betrayal in the wrong mind state. So we're going to switch that up in a bit here. All right, let's get to it. Good afternoon, kings and queens. You're now tuned in for another one of these good car chronicles with your boy, Rock G. Desperation breeds chaos. So when it comes down to desperation breeding chaos, you have to remember that pressure creates diamonds. When you're in your desperate time, that's just you saying that you need some help, and don't be afraid to ask for it. That's the problem with people nowadays. People are so ashamed to ask for some assistance, ask for some help. And it's all because everybody wants to say what? Oh, I did it all on my own. Nobody helped me. But in reality, somebody always has to help you because you need assistance eventually, no matter how you play the game. One thing that I want people to do is just start living their reality. You don't have to come out here and clout chase, and you don't have to come out here and present an unfinished product to the world all because you're trying to keep up with everybody else. That's where the pressure comes from. That's what a desperation is. People become desperate because they're so busy looking at social media, and then they see other people succeeding, they see other people shining, and now they become envious. You know what I'm saying? So that's where desperation plays a part in people's mentality in these times, because people watch social media more than they watch their own life. There's people that's on their phone 24/7, and they're not taking time to assess their own life so they can make the proper adjustments and fix what's needed to be fixed in their life. That's the cold part. But now when it gets down to the reality of it, I tell people all the time, they call it a spotlight for the reason. It's called the spotlight for a reason because when you're in the spotlight, you're presenting a complete product. Nobody is a finished product. So we all out here showing half-ass finished products, you feel me? And we wonder why people critique it and always have something wrong to say about it or have some type of doubt about it. And they're not doubting you. They're just doubting the circumstances and situation that you're facing. So a lot of the time we sit here and go, oh my God, these people don't support me. They support you. They just don't support the fact that you came out here half-cocked and presented it to them and expected them to support you. How can they support it when you don't support it? If you're not putting the love, if you're not putting the passion, if you're not putting the motivation behind it, why should anybody support it? That's not their fault. That's your fault. That's because you came out here with an incomplete product and you're trying to present it to the world. That's the reason why I tell people when you're in your tough times, it's the best time for you to go ahead and fine tune yourself. What I like to call polish yourself, right? Because once you polish yourself, that means that you've worked out all the kinks, all the flaws inside of yourself. So now when you present it to the world, it seems that much more seamless and it seems that more perfected. So then people don't have nothing to judge you by or pick at. You feel me? So then therefore you're a little bit more fine tuned, polished. Now what I want to do is dive into the second segment. The second segment that I have for you today was betrayal. This right here is going to get deep because a lot of people take betrayal the wrong way, to me. To me, betrayal is a great thing. I'll say that again. For me, betrayal is a great thing. And the reason why betrayal is a great thing is because not all betrayal comes from a messed up place. And that's what people have to realize. We always trying to figure out the negative of everything. You're always trying to be like, okay, man, so this person betrayed me, man, so they don't love me. That's not always the case. Because sometimes in order for you to elevate, in order for you to grow, everybody's not meant to be on this ride with you. So you can't get mad at an individual because they decide they chose peace, prosperity, and love for themselves over you. You can't get mad about that. Not all betrayal is betrayal. You got to change your mind state about it. Because sometimes you might be on somebody's ship, but you wasn't meant to take the whole trip with them. You can't get mad at that individual. Sometimes betrayal is a good thing because what it does is a person betrays you and then you get to see the wrongs that you may have. You get to be able to see the wrongs that you may hold. Have I struck a nerve yet? Yeah, you get to pay attention to the things that you may have done wrong. But a person betraying you is not always a negative thing. Because I know when it comes down to me doing better for my family, when it comes to me doing better for myself, I don't care if you're a cousin, brother, auntie, none of that shit. When it comes down to me being successful, you feel me? I'm cutting off whoever I have to cut off in order for my boat to be a little bit lighter and I can continue selling, period. At the end of the day. You're not living this life to bring everybody with you. You're living this life to make sure that you always succeed and become better. And you become a more improved individual than you were 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, a month ago, a year ago. That's what life is about. It's about self-growth. And with self-growth, you have to have self-discipline. In order for you to be disciplined, you have to understand that everybody is not meant to be here on this ride with you. So when people betray you, you have to weigh the options. Okay, now, was that a betrayal because they turned their back and they had spite towards me? Sometimes people take it so personal, you know what I mean? Why so personal? Why so personal? People take things so personal nowadays. It's like, you can be like, hey man, check it out. I can't do this today, bro. Oh, he betrayed me. How did he betray you? Because he had to watch his kids? I understand when we was young, I was able to kick it all night. I was able to do things like that. But nowadays, I have a family that I got to take care of. So I'm not betraying you when I'm thinking of me first and my family, but I have to provide for it. What are you talking about? You have to stop seeing everything as betrayal. And sometimes you have to see it as God cleaning the pathway for you. All of the different, excuse me, y'all. All of the different storms that come into your life are not meant to hinder you. All the different storms that come inside of your life sometimes are here to clear a path for you. Sometimes you may be on a wild little spree and going nowhere. So God sends through a storm in order to clear a pathway for you. So then therefore you can be able to move forward and still be able to progress and become that individual that you want to be. We have to stop seeing everything from such a negative outlook. And the reason why we see everything so negatively is because we take it all so personal. We take it all so personal. Why so personal, people? Why so personal? If you're just now joining the broadcast, what I spoke about was desperation breeds chaos. And the second thing that I'm speaking about is betrayal. When I spoke upon desperation breeding chaos, a lot of people don't understand that desperation breeding chaos, there's two sides to that story. Because your desperation can be breeding chaos because you're so busy trying to keep up with your partners. You're not moving at your own pace. So then your life seems a little bit chaotic. That's your desperation breeding chaos. You could be an individual that came from money, but then you trying to kick it with the gangsters. You feel me? That doesn't make sense. That's desperation breeding chaos. You know what I'm saying? You could be a person that doesn't have anything and you steadily going out to the club every weekend and you spending money and then you always wondering why you can't get anywhere is because your desperation breeded chaos within inside of your life. And that's just like when I spoke about, it's called the spotlight for a reason. When you step into the spotlight, you're trying to present the world a complete product. Nobody's ever going to be a complete product That's the reason why we're always sitting out here trying to perfect ourselves, trying to perfect ourselves, finding ways to improve ourselves. We're working on us every single day. That's what life is. It's self-growth, self-discipline. It's when you start learning that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You start learning that. You start learning that. It's different things that you go through in life, and it's going to teach you. I don't care if it's good, bad, or ugly. You feel me? I'm always going to find different ways to embrace my life. I'm always trying to find ways for I can be able to correct what I need to do and do the things that needs to be done in my life. It's like a lot of the time people are sitting out here just taking negative outlooks on everything. You'll never prosper that way. You will never prosper that way, being negative all the time. In closing, as I always say, you can forgive a person, you can forgive a situation, but the most important thing that you have to forgive is yourself. Once you forgive yourself, opportunities for growth will present themselves, and it's on you to go forward and receive them. As usual, I love y'all, and I'll tap back in later.